In this video, we'll be discussing, can an average buyer compete with an investor when buying a foreclosure? To explain, here's Stephen Blackwood.
Well, all foreclosures in today's market have a priority to owner-occupants. Owner-occupants is the #1 priority target for the sale of foreclosure properties. All the companies would much prefer to put an individual or a family that's going to occupy that property into it if at all possible. So much so that Fannie Mae has a first look period of 15 days, whereas a new property that goes on the market would be reserved only for an owner-occupant purchaser during that 15-day first look period. There's a few exceptions to that, and that would be if it's a nonprofit or a public entity that was designed to purchase the property, and they have an exception on that, and they have that possibility as well. But for example, Fannie Mae's is the 15 days. HUD properties have a 30-day first look period, which they give priority to the owner-occupant purchaser for the first 30 days that property is on the market. Again, there's neighborhood stabilization programs, public, state, and national grants that would fall into that category, that would have special provision to be able to purchase those properties. But the idea is that we would assess a foreclosure and determine how is the best way to preserve the neighborhood. The market values of the homes in the neighborhood do not need to be affected in a negative way just because one of the homes has gone into foreclosure. And in doing so, then we do a feasibility study on each and every assignment that we get. First of all, to determine, should this property be marketed as is, or should some improvements be done to that property prior to marketing it? The idea, especially with Fannie Mae, is that they want to bring the property. What would it take? Their question is, what would it take in order for us to bring this property into average marketable condition for the neighborhood? If the number that would cost exceeds a reasonable amount, then we would recommend that property be sold as is. And in selling the property as is, then obviously it would be most likely that an investor would buy it, depending on the amount of improvements that it was needed.